I got you. Let it vibe real quick. Look. The city eyes, it's time to vote God. My God, a real nigga, cause he wasn't no flaw. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure, got that shotty in the closet by the mob ball. Fuck what they heard, tell them it's all true. Be cautious, that foundation falls till you fall through. They gon' fall. Look, I keep this shit fitted, time soon. Ain't no more heart in this game, I'm John Q. Colder than the avalanche, way above average. Fierce taste sweet, told him make me an apple tree. Left us in the valley full of bones, this where hope found. Child become a man, dark sands get broke down. Riding through Evans to a mall quad. Telling me how them crackers turn his child into a ghost. Damn, focus up, nigga, I lay that game down. I feel his pain, cause nothing is the same now. Never light shine like heaven through a rain cloud. Glock have a fit like my child, no tangent. Try to warn them niggas, we bear arms like tarantula. Them other niggas rap, I make anthems for it. I really seen prophets under this banner. Made my enemies bow down on camera. Told my design I wanted black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that sunk dirty to handle. Look, I move like a Brazilian. Precious cargo, spirit ancient, but I got a new semi-auto. Wave that bitch around like where's Wardo. Sleep if they won't, I cut through they Z's like I'm Zorro. Pay me for his name, so I gotta keep that steel clutch. Trust me, I'm not what you think. I squeeze till it click like Dorothy when the heels touch. The world got me dumb, I don't feel much. Round with y'all just left the state bridge. Looking for a bitch better than baby's kid. Remember I dropped Quiet Storm, I've been gone ever since. Still in the field, fuck them niggas on the fence, yeah. Fake love, real hate.
One West.
But we set apart, nigga.
They hate it when you up, but love it when you down. Love you when you dead, but hate you while you living. Only make a mention when it's beneficial. Oh, you can't keep it solid, I ain't fucking with you. Fuck a fake friend, show is over, close the curtain. Told you that they loved you, laughed at you when you was hurting. One thing about that ISUPK, this brotherhood for certain. Dress you up in all black, urge you up to put that work in. Same niggas that was on the block putting that work in. Abandon that lifestyle, cause now I know my purpose. Coming from a place where a black man life is worthless. 400 plus years, yeah, living out them curses. I blame the so-called leaders in the churches. Was supposed to save our soul, instead they led us to the hearses. Backstabbed and betrayed by the people you would die for. Your family ain't family, so-called friends switch sides on you. Crack and take a knee on your neck, whisper and die, boy. So I stay strapped with the Kaepernick, that's the firearm. Gotta watch your back, you know them demons out here lurking. If I don't know shit, then I know one thing for certain, look. They hate it when you up, but love it when you down. Love you when you dead, but hate you while you living. Only make a mention when it's beneficial. You can't keep it solid, I ain't fucking with you. They hate you when you up, but love it when you down. Love you when you dead, but hate you while you living. Only make a mention when it's beneficial. You can't keep it solid, I ain't fucking with you.
I say fuck the fake love and disloyal behavior. Brotherhood is a weapon, but bitch niggas is contagious. Hating your elevation instead of hitting the pavement. Watching your every move and never give motivation. Situational friendships get away with adversity. And these days, just a little bit of your kindness a luxury. I'd rather keep your distance, be a fuck nigga too close to me. Prefer to fuck with fear nigga than house niggas with notes on me. Get a shirt off my back for devoted niggas with loyalty. I noticed the lack of devoted niggas that's trustworthy if you ain't in no black. Ranked up, I give two fucks for free. Death before dishonor is a must. It ain't no choice from me, I'm bred different. Was never one to die, just bullshit, I'm fed different. Fuck all the information out of pulpits, I'm led different. Been taught to follow a code, Israel laws, statutes, commandments, freely given, never sold, nigga. Chill.
They hate it when you up, but love it when you down. Love you when you dead, but hate you while you living. Only make a mention when it's beneficial. You can't keep it silent, I ain't fucking with you. Hey, hey. Yeah. Hey, hey. Fuck wrong with you, boy? You know what time it is, nigga. Better watch how you step in. Yeah. But that for my niggas. Yeah. But that for my niggas, it'll be an honor. Under commanding general, your honor. That for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Look. Hey, straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home. That's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown. I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my heart can gon' let him have it. Hey, think you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it. Ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talk the shit. Y'all know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm rippin'. And my niggas solid number, real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood. I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complex. Still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
Shalom Israel, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Thumb to the brothers, Yahweh Shemala Thumb Shem Yahshua to the sisters. I'm Police Officer Parag holding down a Saturday Sabbath service for ISUPK coming out of Arizona. All right, if you're watching online, at the very bottom of the screen, you'll see the class's location, 12416 North 28th Drive. We're in suite number 4. We got classes every Tuesday through Friday at 7 p.m. And every Saturday we hold our Sabbath service at 11 a.m. right? For all of you watching online, you can see the title of today's class is The Accursed Thing in Your Greed. All right, we're going to be in Joshua, the 6th chapter. And we're going to understand something about greed and selfishness. All right. We're going to go over an account in the book of Joshua that, it just is going to go to show us that ain't nobody bigger than the program. All right. And your selfishness and your greed can be the downfall of not only yourself, but your family and your nation. And that's something that, especially in 2024, when everybody's so focused on themselves, it's something that we have to understand. Let me see 1 second. All right, so we're gonna go into it. Like I said, we'll get the account, and then we'll get some precepts on selfishness and on greed, so we can further understand what the Bible has to say about that topic. All right, so we're gonna start off with the prayers. All right, Imagine, which means to stand. Panyak done, which means to turn and face the east. We're going to open up with the prayers. All right, we're going to begin with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawo, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodah, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Tabah, Ratazaka, Haya, Aisha, Barataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Nathalanawa, Makam, Kayawam, Wasalakanawa, Kawatnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kawatinawa, Walaha, Tabayanawa, Walasai 1, Abal, Hawashai now, Mayan, Raikaya, Laka, Hamalagwa, Wa'ala, Wata Parad, Laiwalemia, Aman. Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it. We're going to read the Hakak, or the power and the evil. Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Baba Kushai, Nathan Awa Hakak, Akala Rapa'ah, Kal Maka'ala, Wakal Madawa, Akat Latahar, Hamata Zarayim, Akat Lakwayam, Hamathium, Hakak, Al Rakawa, Hatama'ala, Lagar Shun, Bashem Yahushai, the Wadamun. Right? In the English, the power. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, please give us the power, the power to heal all manner of sickness, and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. All right, we're going to read the blessings for Israel. Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Barak Lanawa, Wayasha Allah, Wahabaya, Saparium, Barak, Bashem Yahushai, the Wadamun. Bless us and Israel and the school. In the name of Yahushai, thank you, so be it. All right, we're going to read the Psalms. 121st chapter in Hebrew. Ashah, Ayanya, Ahaharya, Mayan, Yabaha, Izarya, Ma'ain, Yahweh, Aisha, Shamayam, Warataza, Al Yathan, Lamawat, Ragalka, Al Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashan, Shamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al Yad, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'a, Yakaka, Wayarak, Walayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makar Ra, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'afka, Wabawa'aka, Ma'aifa, Wa'ai, Awalam. All right, in the English, Psalms 121. I will lift up mine eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yasha'Allah shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. Right, we're going to read the Psalms, the 83rd chapter, beginning with the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al Damayalaka, Al Thakarat, Wa Al Tashakwat, Al Kayahana, Awayabika, Yahamaya 1, Ra'ash, Al Amaka, Yarayamwa, Sawada, Wayatha, Yaitazawa, Al Tazapawanyaka, Amarwa, Lakawa, Wanakaki Dum, Magawya, Wala'a, Yazakar, Sham Yashala, Awada, Kaya, Nawaitazawa, Laba, Yakhadwa, Alyaka, Baryat, Yakarathwa, Ahaya, Arawam, Wayashmaalium, Mawa'aba, Wagarya, Gabal, Waimawan, Waimalak, Palasha, Am Yeshabya, Tazawar, Gamashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zarwa, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Aishalaham, Kamadyan, Kasaya, Sara'a, Kayabyan, Banakal, Kwayashwan, Nashamadwa, Bayan, Da'ara, Hayawa, Daman, La'adama, Shayathamwa, Nada, Yabma, Ka'ira, Wakaza'aba, Wakazabak, Wakazazar, Mana'ai, Kal, Nasaya Kamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Naya Rashab, Ath, Na'awat, Alahayim, Alahaya, Shayathamwa, Kagalgala, Kakwash, Lapanya Raka, Ka'ash, Thaba'ira, Ya'ira, Wakala Haba, Thalahat, Aryam, Khan, Tharadapma, Wabasa, Wapathka, Thabahalam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Kalawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawah, Yabashwa, Wayabahawa, Ayadai, Wayakaparwa, Wayabadwa, Wayadaiwa, Kayatha, Shamka, Yahawah, Labadka, Ayawan, Al-Kal, Al-Ratazah. All right, we're going to read Psalms, the 83rd chapter in the English. Keep not thou silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O God.
Be not still, O God.
For lo,
Lo,
thine enemies make a tumult,
thy enemies make a tumult.
and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They hate thee, lift up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
They take crafty counsel against thy people.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation,
let's cut them off from being a nation.
that the name of Yasha'Allah
The name of Yahshua
may be no more
there
remembered.
be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one.
One consent.
They are confederate against
They
thee,
are confederate against thee.
the tabernacles of Edom,
Tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
the Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
Moab,
and the Hagarim,
Hagarim,
Gabal,
Baal,
and Ammon, and Amalek,
Amalek,
the Philistines,
Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur also is joined with them.
So also join with
They
them.
are children of Lot,
They are only the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites,
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
as to Sisera,
As to Sarah.
as to Jabin,
As to Ben.
at the brook of Kasan,
As to Kasan.
which perished that endured.
Very, very good.
They became as dung for the earth.
You give it done for the earth.
Make their nobles like a reb,
They know what's like a red.
and like Zaheb.
Like Zahab.
Yea,
Yea.
all their princes as Zabah,
All the princes of Sabbath.
and as Amuna,
And as Amun,
who said,
who
let
said,
us take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
the houses of God
the houses of God
in possession.
in possession.
Oh my God,
Oh my God.
make them like a wheel,
Make them like a wheel.
as the stubble before the wind,
As the stubble before the wind.
as the fire burneth the wood,
As the fire burneth the wood.
and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
As the flames set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest,
So persecute them with thy sin.
and make them afraid with thy storm.
Make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame.
then men may seek thy name,
They receive thy name.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Yea,
Yea.
let them be put to shame and perish,
Let them put to shame and perish.
that men may know that thou,
And then they know that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone,
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high of all the earth.
art the most high of all the earth.
All right, we're going to read the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shai,
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Ma'aka'ala,
Wa Ma'aka'ala.
Wa Lahayim,
Wa Lahayim.
Tazab Ya'ah,
Tazab Ya'ah.
Alawab Yahana,
Alawab Yahana.
Ha'alawapyam,
Alawab.
Hasaranyam,
Asaranyam.
Akwatazayanyam,
Akatazayanyam.
Akayayayam,
Akayayayam.
Wa Agwathim,
Wa Agwathim.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Wa Shem Yahweh Shai,
Wa Shem Yahweh Shai.
Wa Raman,
Wa Rahman.
in English. Bless you, Yahweh,
Bless you, Yahweh.
and Yahweh Shai,
And Yahweh Shai.
and Michael,
And Mike.
and the angel,
And Angel.
commanding General Yahana,
Commanding General Hana.
the generals,
General.
the captains, the officers,
The officers,
the troopers,
troopers,
and the sisters.
And his sisters.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
thank you, so be it.
Thank you so much.
All right, sorry while you're shopping, be seated. All right, we're going to jump right on into it. Once again, we're going to be in Joshua, the 6th chapter. All right, we're going to read, beginning at the 16th verse, we're going to read 7 verses. All right. But we're going to start off, of course, in the Hebrew. So we'll read verses 16 through 22, beginning with verse 16. Wa Yahya, Bapa'im, Hashab Ya'ai, Yath, Fakuwa, Bakayam, Bashawa Parwath, Wa Yamar, Yahweh Shai, Al, Ha'im, Harya Iwa, Kaya, Lathan, Yahweh Lakam, Ath, Ha'ayar, verse 17, Wahaya Ha, Ha'ayar, Haram, Haya, Wakal, Ashar Ba, La Yahweh, Rakwa, Rakab, Hazawana, Fakaya, Haya, Wakal, Ashar, Atha, Babayath, Kaya, Akaba, Atha, Ath, Hamalakayam, Ashar, Shalak Nawa, verse 18, Warak, Atham, Shamarwa, Am, Man, Hakaram, Pun, Fakaram Wa, Walakwa, Katham, Man, Hakaram, Washamatham, Ath, Makana, Yashala, Lakaram, Waibar, Slagawai Karatham, Awathia, it's like Awathwa, verse 19. Wakal, Kasap, Wazahab, Wakal Ya, Nakashath, Wabar Slagin, Wabar Zal, Kodash, Hawa, La Yahweh, Awatazar, Yahweh, Yabawa, verse 20. Wayarai, Ha'imam, Ha'im, Wayethakwa Thakwa, Bashaparwath, Wayahaya, Kashamai, Ha'aim, Ath, Kowal, Hashawapar, Wayar Slaki, Wayar Yuwa, Ha'aim, Thara'ai, Gadawaha, Wathapal, Hakawama, Hakathya, Waya'il, Ha'aim, Ha'ir Slaki, Ha'ayara, Ayash, Agabwa, Wayala Slaki, Wayalaka, Yakadwa, Ath, Hayar, verse 21. Waya Haryamwa, Ath, Kal, Ashar, Bayar, Maya Slaki, Ma'ayash, Wa'id, Asha, Mawa'ir, Slaki, Mawa'ir, Wa'id, Zakwan, Wa'id, Shawar, Washa, Wa Slaki, Wakamawar, Slaki, Lapaya, Karab, verse 22. Wayat Slaki, Wayashan Yum, Anashim, Hamar Slaki, Hamar Gal Yum, Ath, Ha'aratazah Amar, Yahawashai, Bawa, Bayath, Ha'asha, Hazawana, Slaki, Hazawana, Wahawat, Slaki, Wahawatazah, Yawa, Masham, Ath, Ha'asha, Wa'ath, Kal, Ashar, La, Ka'ashar, Nashabaitham, La. All right, so that was verses 16 through 22. All right, we're going to read those same verses in English. We'll break it down. Once again, today's class is going to be on Joshua, the 6th chapter. All right. Today's class is going to be on selfishness and greed. Once again, ain't nobody bigger than the program. All right. So today we're going to go into that, and we're going to start off in Joshua, the 6th chapter.
Verse 16. And it came to pass at the 7th time, when the priests blew the trumpets, Joshua said unto the people, shout, for the Lord hath given you the city.
All right, so who knows what's going on right now? Of course, we're starting in kind of like the middle of the story. All right, who knows what's going on right now?
This was going to take Jericho.
Right. What's the significance of Jericho? Why is this such a big deal?
I can tell you, sir.
So once again, when you read the so-called Old Testament and the Torah, you find that when we come out of the land of Egypt, we're spending a lot of time. Once again, we wandered the wilderness for 40 years. All right, and a lot of that time we spent going into lands, getting further away from Egypt to get into our promised land, which is what we now know as the land of Israel. All right, but in order to get there, we had to fight people to pass through them. All right, we had to take certain lands. Like Jericho is a land that we had to take. All right, that was a land that was inhabited by other Hamites, other African tribes. All right, and so Jericho was such a big deal because when you look at Jericho, that was what we needed to get into our land. Because Jericho, that spot, that's us. That's our land, the land of the Most High promised to us. But it was inhabited, and we had to get them people out of there. You understand? And so that was one of the first times that you see. Of course, we're in the book of Joshua, right? The first 5 books of the Bible really were the latter 4 of the 5, right? You find us going into our land. Well, Joshua this book of Joshua is when we're now finally coming into that land. We're finally coming into that land, but of course we have to take it, because ain't nobody just finna raise up out of their seat in that land and say, okay, you Israelites can have it. All right, so the Lord told us that we had to compass the city 7 times. 6 times, and on the 7th you'll blow that trumpet 7 times, and the Lord, that means the Lord has given you that city. All right, that's a story in and of itself, but I just want y'all to understand what's happening here. All right, so once again it says, and it came to pass at the 7th time when the priest blew with the trumpets, Joshua said unto the people, shout, for the Lord hath given you the city. So that's what's happening here. All right, give me verse 17.
Okay, verse 17. The city shall be accursed, even it, and all that are therein. To the Lord, only Rahab the harlot shall live.
Now, why is this lady Rahab the harlot? Why is she allowed to live?
You know what I'm saying? She took the brothers that came to scout the city. She asked, you know what I'm saying, you got to destroy the city, just let me and people that's inside my house live.
Right. And side note, was Rahab an Israelite?
Wow.
Did she get salvation?
God.
Did she get
salvation? She got a blessing.
You had to say, hold on a second. She got a blessing. Look, what she did was she sold out her nation for the Israelites' sake. And the only people that she said, look, I'm going to tell you everything about this nation. Because we came to her, it was like, look, we finna kill everybody here. Everybody got to go. And she was like, look, I'll give you the information. I'll spy it out, tell you everything you need to know, as long as you save me and my family. And we said, all right, no sweat. You got it. Tell us everything that we need to know, and you and your family could live. All right. And she told us everything we needed to know. We got the drop on them cats, and we took the city. And when we took that city, the Lord said that we had to leave Rahab alive. We hold up to our promises. See, we're not like the white man, because the white man, he'll make promises with the natives. All right, make 100 treaties with the natives and not keep not a near one of them. Well, we made a treaty with Rahab, and we kept it. All right, and it even talk about it in the New Testament. All right, you can call it salvation if you want to call it that. You understand? But understand that the only reason that she was saved from death was because she told us what we needed to do to conquer her people, get rid of them, and get them out of there, and to take her land. All right, if you want to call that salvation, call it that. But what you got to understand is that the Lord always keeps up on his promises. All right. So only Rahab the harlot shall live, she and all that are with her in the house, because she did what? Keep reading.
Shall live, she and all that are with her in the house, because she hid the messengers that we sent.
Right. She took care of our people, so we took care of her. It's only right. All right. That's just a small side note, but I want y'all to let's keep reading. There's something that we got to take from this instance. Keep going.
Verse 18. And ye in any wise keep yourselves from the accursed thing, lest ye make yourselves accursed.
Okay, so now when we conquered this land, you got to think about it. This is not our land yet. We got to take it. And so the people that are inhabiting this land, they got all types of idols, all types of things. And even the Lord told us to get rid of everything. Get rid of the people, get rid of their children, get rid of their cattle, their animals, everything. Don't touch it, and don't keep none of it for yourself, because it's all accursed. We're going to cleanse this land. That's what the Lord is trying to tell us when we took over Jericho. We're going to cleanse this land. It's full of filthy, dirty, disgusting heathens. We're going to take it for ourselves. All right. And we don't want to keep no remnant of them. So it's all accursed. Put it away. Don't touch it. Right. Keep going.
Yeah. When you take the accursed thing and make the camp of Israel accursed and trouble them.
And if you do touch the accursed thing, you're going to not only trouble yourself, but you're going to trouble the entire nation of Israel. And now this is how we're going to dive into this lesson today, because once again, you're not bigger than the program. Your greed doesn't only affect you. All right. Your selfishness doesn't only affect you. It affects everybody around you. We're going to find out if you touch this accursed thing, if you do against what the Lord told you to do, it's not just you that you jamming up. It's your entire nation. Keep going.
Verse 19. But all the silver and gold and vessels of brass and iron are consecrated unto the Lord.
Go ahead.
They shall come into the treasury of the Lord.
Now we're going to go to Joshua, the 7th chapter. So the Lord is saying, look, don't touch none of this stuff. And the treasures, you'll put it into you'll put it into the treasury of the Most High, right? You'll set that aside. Don't try to keep nothing for yourself, man. Which is, you talking to us, talking to blacks, Hispanics, and natives. We see something we like, we just put it in our pocket and keep it. The Lord's saying, don't do that here. And if you understand the context of this Bible, you'll find out that the Lord he's given us certain situations where we come and take a land and we could take all of the silver. We could take all of the gold, keep it for ourselves. You go throughout this Old Testament, you'll find that when we was coming into our land, the Lord gave us many opportunities to anything they got, you could keep it for yourself. But for this specific instance, in this place, you're not allowed to touch it. And if it's something that's of value, bring it to the Lord. Put it in the treasury of the Lord. Just this one time. Give me Joshua, the 2nd chapter.
I got the book of Joshua, chapter 7, verse 1. But the children of Israel committed a trespass in the accursed thing.
I like how that start off. It say, but the children of Israel committed a trespass in the accursed thing. All right. Because what does this mean? They didn't listen to the Most High. The Most High's words went in one ear and out the other. All right, keep going.
For Achan, the son of Carmi, the son of Zadi, the son of Zerah, of the tribe of Judah, took of the accursed thing.
And he took it. Listen, this is what you got to understand. This story is so important because we're going to find out it was just one man that did this. It was just one man out of the thousands of Israelites that the Most High commanded not to touch this stuff. He touched the stuff. He took of the accursed thing. It's one man that went against the commandment of the Lord, right? Keep going.
And the anger of the Lord was kindled against the children of Israel. Verse 2. And Joshua sent men from Jericho to Ai, which is beside Beth Aven, on the east side of Bethel, and spake unto them, saying, Go up and view the country. And the men went up and viewed Ai. So
what's happening right now is that, we took Jericho, but that's not the end of it. Our land is bigger than the confines of Jericho. So after we got Jericho, we got to scope out the next spot so that way we can go take that spot. This is just warfare. This is what was happening at the time so we could take our land for ourselves, right? Now, what's happening is that now we're scoping out the next part of our take, what we're about to come and take from the heathen, right? So that's what's happening. Let's keep reading from where you at.
Okay. Verse 3. And they returned to Joshua to labor
over there, because not that many of them cats over there. So we need everybody to go. This would be light work. The Lord with us. Just send a few thousand of our brothers, of our warriors, to go and take this place, because it's not really that many people over there. The fight not going to be that hard, right? Keep going.
Okay, verse 4. So there went up thither of the people about 3,000 men, and they fled before the men of Ai.
Why? They was getting their tail beat, man. They was getting beat the hell up. They was dying. They were losing the battle. Keep going.
Okay, verse 5. The men of Ai smote of them about 36 men, for they chased them from before the gate, even unto Sabarim, and smote them in the going down. Wherefore the hearts of the people melted and became as water. So now,
listen, man, we went, and this is part of the curses of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, if you actually look at this. All right, because the scriptures say in the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, part of the curses is that if we don't obey the Most High, we'll go in front of other nations and we'll flee from them. That's part of this. That's part of the curses, and that's what's happening right now. What's happening is we're fleeing in this instant. We're fleeing from the other nations in the sight of battle, when we're supposed to be standing bold as a lion, being able to devour them, but we're losing. All right, keep going.
Okay, verse 6. And Joshua rent his clothes and fell to the earth upon his face before the ark of the Lord, even ark of the Lord until the eventide. And he and the elders of Israel, and put dust upon their heads.
So they mourning. They're like, what the hell is going on? You know, if you go throughout this span of time where we going in and we conquering these lands, when the Lord with us, it don't matter how many men we send out, we coming out on top. But this small battle that should have been easy, we lost. And so Joshua and the rest of the elders like, what the hell going on? They mourning, right? Drop down to verse 10.
Verse 10. Book of Joshua, chapter 7 and verse 10. The Lord said unto Joshua, get thee up, wherefore liest thou thus upon thy face?
Now you remember Joshua was just laying there, he was putting dust on his head, and he's mourning. You know, we dramatic when we mourning. You ever been to a funeral, a black funeral? All right, our people go to ripping their clothes off and screaming and all of that. That's how dramatic. That's us. That's us. That's us as a people. All right. Joshua was doing the same thing. When you go into the Bible, you see when somebody is mourning, they start ripping their clothes off and putting on sackcloth and being real dramatic about their mourning. Well, that's us. And the Lord, like, he looking at Joshua, he like, hey man, why are you laying down like that? Get up. Go ahead.
Verse 11. Israel have sinned.
Israel have done what?
Israel have sinned.
Brother, say that one more time.
Israel hath sinned.
But it was one man that sinned.
Israel hath sinned.
This is not you, yourself, and you being by yourself. This is not that. Israel is not an individual thing, not a person by person thing. You know, we under these curses that we under right now because of some of us, not all of us. You think every single Israelite was sinning and that's why we in captivity? So, no. So a lot of us was keeping the laws. When you go back and look at the history, before we came over here on these slave ships, a lot of us was still keeping the customs. The Native American Indians was keeping a lot of the customs. They was wearing fringes. They was keeping a lot of the commandments. Still speaking Hebrew. But what the problem is that this ain't just it's not based on a person by person basis. That's not what this is. It's not based like that. The Lord just said that Israel sinned when it was one man that sinned. Everybody else was keeping the law. Everybody else was doing what they're supposed to be doing. Right? But one man sinned and the Lord said that Israel sinned. Keep going.
They have also transgressed my covenant, which I commanded them.
Mm-hmm.
For they have taken of the accursed thing,
Mm-hmm.
and they have also stolen, and disassembled also, and they have put it even among their own stuff.
So the Lord telling Joshua, hey man, look, don't be sad about this. There's a reason why I caused y'all to lose that battle. All right. It's something funky going on around y'all. Somebody that you need to see, right? A snake in the grass. And so Joshua like, okay, right? So we about to get to business, right? Give me verse 12.
Verse 12. Therefore, the children of Israel could not stand before their enemies,
Mm-hmm.
but turned their backs before their enemies, because they were accursed.
Because they became accursed. When you touch the accursed thing, now you make your whole nation accursed. You're just like that accursed thing that the Lord told you not to touch because you went against and transgressed his commandment. All right, keep going. Keep going. Okay.
Neither will I be with you anymore, except ye destroy the curse from among you.
And you're not going to get my favor back until you get rid of that thing that I told you not to touch in the first place. Keep going.
Verse 13. Up and sanctify the people, and say, sanctify yourselves against tomorrow.
Right. So now what's about to happen, we drop down to verse 19. What's about to happen is that Joshua and the elders are about to round everybody up and say, look, get ready, because tomorrow we finna get at everybody. We're going to find out what's going on. And this is something that we got to do more of in our communities, right? You can't be afraid of conflict. You can't be afraid of, hey, if there's something going on, let's find out. We're going to sit everybody down. We're going to figure out what's going on. A lot of people not really willing to do that. That's why uncles are, touching their nieces and their nephews. You understand? and things like that, because nobody's really willing to have this conversation. So Joshua and the elders like, look, everybody get ready, because tomorrow we're finna come at all of y'all, figure out who's sinning. We're gonna sniff it out like goddamn dogs at the TSA. All right, keep going. Verse 19.
Verse 19. And Joshua said to Achan, my son, give, I pray thee, glory to the Lord God of Israel, and make confession unto him, and tell me now what thou hast done, hide it not from me.
So now come to find out, Achan, the same person that we read at the beginning of this chapter, they come up on him and they like, hey man, just admit what you done. We already know you did it. All right, just make the confession. Go ahead.
Achan, verse 20. And Achan answered Joshua and said, indeed, I have sinned against the Lord God of Israel, and thus have I done.
And so he's admitting to his offense, the thing that caused 36 men of it. Him, listen, and it's not just going to be the 36 men. More people are going to die because of what this man did. All right, but at this point in the story, he killed 36 men by his sin. Think about that for a second. He killed 36 men by his offense to the Lord. And he thought it was just him getting the Babylonian garments and the gold and the silver. He thought it was just him. He thought he was doing it for himself. But he was going against the Lord. And when you go against the Lord, it's not just you in this program, man. It's all your brothers and sisters. You go against the Lord, you're going to transgress against them. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 21. When I saw among the spoils a goodly Babylonian garment, and 200 shekels of silver, and a wedge of gold, and a wedge gold of 50 shekels weight, then I coveted them, and took them. And behold, they are hid in the earth, in the midst of my tent, and the silver under it.
He's stupid as hell, man. He's trying to, now what he's doing, now he's making this confession, but look at what he's saying. I couldn't help myself. I saw the goodly Babylonian garment. I saw the gold and I had to have it. That's what so many people are selfish like that, because so many people had a mindset of, I had to have it. I had to do that. I had to do that for me. That's why these homes is broken up, because these sisters or these brothers that leave these households or break the households up, I had to work on myself. I had to do this for me and for the kids. You do that for the kids, and you didn't do it for nobody but yourself. And that's what so many people do. And we have to get out of this mindset. He's explaining the mindset of us right now in 2024. He said, when I saw among the spoils a goodly Babylonian garment, I couldn't pass up on that. You know, a garment is not, listen, what we talking about, he said a goodly Babylonian garment. We're not just talking about a cotton garment just to look pretty. We're talking about something that's worth some money on that Babylonian market. We're talking about, you know, think about it at today. It's a Babylonian garment, right? It's not an Israelite garment. A Babylonian garment is just a piece of clothing like how we see today. What is that today?
He saw that Gucci.
He saw that Gucci. He saw that Louis Vuitton. He saw something that was an expensive. I'm not going to throw that away. Damn, let me keep that. You're not even thinking about what the Lord told you. You're not even thinking about that. You just see that Gucci belt that's worth $500 for a damn belt, which is ridiculous, but you want it. So you're going to keep it. You want that product. You know? You want to do that. Why? Because your lust is more important than the program to you in your mind. But the problem is that's just simply not true. And when it gets found out, the thing that's about to happen to Acor is going to happen to you. Or excuse me, Achan is going to happen to you. Keep going.
Achan, verse 22. So Joshua sent messengers, and they ran unto the tent, and behold, it was hid in his tent, and the silver under it.
Exactly where he told him it was. That's where it was. Keep going.
Achan, verse 23. And they took them out in the midst of the tent, and brought them unto Joshua, and unto all the children of Israel, and laid them out before the Lord. And Joshua and all Israel with them took Achan, the son of Zerah, and the silver, and the garment, and the wedge of gold, and his sons, and his daughters, his oxen, his asses,
Mm-hmm.
and his sheep.
Who? Self-killed, but his whole family, and not even just him and his family, but it say daughters and his oxen and his asses, his donkeys, sheep, and his tent, his dwelling space, everywhere. Everything has to get destroyed. That's how serious these brothers like, and that's how serious we gotta be. we gotta get rid of the sin. You gotta sniff the sin out and get rid of it. Because that's how serious these brothers was. Because once again, that sin gonna spread. And it's gonna cause destruction on the whole camp of Israel. That's what it did. 36 men died. All right, I think we back. Let me check. So lucky y'all for the technical difficulty. We just gonna check real quick and see if we back on. I think we good. Okay, I think we back. All right, y'all. Give me 1 second. 1 second for those of y'all that's watching online. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna adjust this real quick. Give me 1 second. Okay, we back. All right. We back. All right. So read that last part again, Baba Shah. Read all of the little animals and babies that died because of this man. Read that again.
And Joshua and all of Israel with them took Achan, the son of Zerah, and the silver.
So the silver
and the garment
and the garment
and the wedge of gold and his sons
multiple sons. Go ahead.
And his daughters
and his oxen
and his asses
and his sheep
and his tent
and
all that he had
everything. Go ahead.
And they brought them unto the valley of Accursed.
Read.
And Joshua said, why hast thou troubled us? And the Lord shall trouble.
Yeah,
and
please.
Joshua said, why hast thou troubled us?
Uh-huh.
The Lord shall trouble thee this day.
He said, why hast thou troubled us? The Lord shall trouble thee this day. The Lord's going to trouble you. Trouble the children of Israel, but the Lord is going to trouble you for that. You can make yourself an enemy to the Most High by being selfish and being greedy. And that's what happened to Achan. Achan made himself an enemy to the Lord by being greedy, being selfish. See, a lot of people think, and this is, once again, I keep saying in 24 because in the modern day, most people think that this is normal to just, I got to focus on myself. I got to do me. It's not about you. It's about everybody that's in the, you got to think about everybody instead of thinking about yourself. Because when you think about yourself, you start to do things like this. You start to operate like Achan. And not only did he get everybody else killed, and look, the 36 men that died in battle because of Achan is one thing. That's terrible in and of itself. But then on top of that, he got all of his sons and his daughters and his animals, the oxen, the sheep, his donkeys, everything that he owned. And his tent, his dwelling place, everything had to get destroyed. Keep reading.
Verse 20,
middle of 25.
And all Israel stoned him with stones and burned them with fire after they had stoned them with stones.
And that happened to everybody. This is not just talking about Achan. This is talking about him and everybody else that we just heard. So they set his tent on fire. And they set his family on fire, and his sheep, and his oxen, his bulls, all of that, everything that he has. So not only did he get himself killed by his selfishness and by his greed, but he got his entire family and just animals killed. Damn. Think about that. Go ahead. You had something?
I was gonna say, so you reading it, right? And this time he had oxen. He just was just. He's like he had to have more.
That's a heavy point. That's a heavy point because you're right. Being in this time, being able to have sheep and oxen and all of these things, that's expensive for you to have those. It's like having multiple cars. You get what I'm saying? But I'll tell y'all like this. From based on, of course, we understand like you know, $1 in that time is totally different than $1 now. All right, and so it's hard to kind of make the correlation, but understand buying a sheep was like paying in today's money, like buying like $1,000. So if you have multiple sheep, that means that you got like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 in sheep, and then you got oxen. Oxen are like bulls; they're big animals that are expensive. You spending prime time money on them damn things. So he probably had $15,000 in animals. You get what I'm saying? You know, that's tough. And we didn't care about keeping them for ourselves, and we just gonna take your ox and put you to death. No, because we were so serious about putting away the sin from Israel. You know, the scriptures say that when we would put somebody to death for a sin, what does it tell us the reason why?
To move the sin out of Israel.
To put away that iniquity from Israel. We don't want nothing associated with when you leave. We don't want none of your stuff. You understand? We don't need you or anything that you have to offer. We're done with you. We're gonna disassociate from you. All right, and that's exactly what happened with Achan. All right, now let's I wanted to start off. Give me Ecclesiasticus the 31st chapter in the Apocrypha. I wanted to start off with that, but we really talking about greed today, so we really gonna get into some scriptures that might hit home for some of y'all. Might hit home, and you would be it would be a good idea for you to take heed to these scriptures because the Lord gives us plenty of wisdom in His Bible. He's going to show you how to conduct yourself, and the Lord doesn't, He doesn't condone greediness or selfishness. Once again, nobody bigger than the program. All right. The title of this class is "The Accursed Thing of Your Greed." Well, the accursed thing can now become anything to you. It don't necessarily. We out of Jericho right now. We in a totally different land. So the accursed thing might not be gold and silver. The accursed thing now can be anything to you. It might be food. We about to read about it. Give me Ecclesiasticus, the 31st chapter.
The book of Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 31,
verse 12.
Verse 12. If thou sit at a bountiful table, be not greedy upon it, and say not, there is much meat on it.
This is a very important scripture for brothers and sisters to understand. In Israel specifically, I'm talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. This is important for us to understand because so many of us sit at a bountiful table and say, I'm about to eat all of this shit. Excuse my language. I'm grabbing this, I'm grabbing that. People fight over food. Y'all know that. I know y'all done sat back when y'all was in the world. Of course, we don't do this no more, but back at like a Thanksgiving dinner, somebody was fighting over that food. I want the mashed potatoes. I want the greens. Somebody fighting over that damn food. This scripture is in the Bible telling us, hey, when you sit at a bountiful table means you sitting at a dinner table with a whole bunch of food. Enough food for everybody. The Most High is telling us through one of His prophets, don't be greedy upon it. And don't say, oh, it's a lot of food here. We done heard that. Ooh, it's a lot of food. Keep going.
Verse 13. Remember that a wicked eye is an evil thing.
So remember that a wicked eye is an evil thing. Keep going.
And what is created more wicked than an eye?
Uh-huh.
Therefore, it weepeth upon every occasion.
It weepeth upon every occasion. You always looking for something to take. Always looking for something to you got a family full of people at your table, and you want to be the first one to grab that food. I gotta take it. I gotta taste mine. It's mine. That's how our brothers and sisters be sometimes, man. You look at this big table full of food, and you want it all for yourself. You got babies at the table, and you grown. You got babies at the table. You want to eat before the babies eat. That's how people are. Keep going.
Yeah. Verse 14. Stretch not thine hand whithersoever it looketh, and thrust it not with him into the dish.
The Bible telling us not to. You see all this food on the table now. You leaping over the table. Hey, give me them greens. Give me them greens. Give me that mashed potato. That mac and cheese. Give me that. The Lord is telling us, don't be greedy like that, man. Hey, and this is part of us as a people too that we need to focus on is being graceful. Sit at the table, man. Don't be nasty at the table, man. Just sit at the table and let your food be served. And just be kind to one another. Let everybody eat. You eat. It ain't gotta be that. But some people focus so much on being, I gotta get more food. I feel like they're gonna eat all of the food. Don't be like that, bro. Don't be like that. You can't be like that because the problem is that you're going to be what this scripture is telling you not to be, which is greedy. All right, keep going.
Verse 15. Judge of thy neighbor. So judge of thy neighbor by thyself.
Judge not thy neighbor by thyself.
Huh?
Read that again from the top.
Judge of thy neighbor. Judge of.
Oh, it's supposed to say judge not thy neighbor. It might be a misprint. But go ahead, keep going.
Judge not of thy neighbor by thyself, and be discreet in every point.
Mm-hmm.
Eat as it becometh a man.
And this is another thing, like say be discreet in every point. Don't be the cat with food all over your face, man. Don't just be digging into the damn food and everybody got to know you just eating. Like, calm down. You eating like you never seen a plate before. And then they go on to say, eat as it becometh a man. Like, be manful about, like, sit down, have some grace, chill out. Remember, we talking about greed. Keep going.
Okay. Those things which are set before thee,
Mm-hmm.
and devour not, lest thou be hated.
Right. Don't be somebody that just, you sit down at the table and you got to grab all of the food. Everybody going to look at you and be like, hey, man, this cat, I don't want to eat with him ever again. And why is this in the Bible? Because it's telling you how to conduct yourself as a man of God, as a woman of God. Don't be greedy, man. You could be greedy in a lot of things. And this is one of them. Food. That's what the Bible calls it calls you a what's the overindulgence? What's that called? A glutton. A glutton, right? That's what the Bible calls a glutton. All right, somebody just overindulges in things. Don't be like that, man. Gluttony is a sin. When you overindulge in something, that becomes a sin. It could be anything. You could overindulge yourself in TV. You could overindulge yourself in food. You could overindulge yourself in a lot of things. That's gluttony, and that's a sin to the Most High. Don't be like that. That's called greed, man. And see, a lot of people don't have this understanding, this knowledge, because America has taught us to be greedy. Don't America teach that you got to step on some feet, step on some toes to get to the top?
Yes.
America teaches you that you have to be evil to your brother or to your sister to get to the position that you want to be in. Go ahead.
It's like, brothers and sisters out there, saying when we see where you make it to the top, you ask them like, oh, what did you do to get there? A lot of them say, well, no, I can't tell you for free. They charge like an obscene amount of price to tell you something basic or simple.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say that's greedy right there. You don't have to charge nobody. You want to make a class and charge for the class, that's fine. But when you charge I've seen prices. You're being greedy. Nobody wants to take your classes. Nobody wants
you're being ridiculous. What you're doing is you're being greedy. You're being selfish. I'm a big supporter of free game. I just want, anything I know, you can get it from me for free. I'll tell you anything. Nobody paying me by the hour to teach these classes. So the game I got, I'm giving it to y'all. Y'all ain't got to pay for it. These classes are absolutely free. And I think that should be what it is. Like, wisdom should be free. You know what I mean? All you got to do is just pay attention. It's all right here in the Bible. And if you need somebody to break it down to you, you got priests up here that are willing to break it down for you for free. What if every Monday and Thursday when General Muhammad is teaching his classes, every question you ask, you got to send a $5 donation with it? That'd be crazy, right? That's like going to the Christian church. You got to pay to get the word, so-called. That's not what this is, man. The Lord don't operate in that way. You don't have to pay to get the knowledge and wisdom of the Most High. But once again, somebody who's greedy is going to charge you for wisdom. So, we don't do that. And the Lord is telling us that we shouldn't be like that. We shouldn't operate in that fashion, right? Keep going.
Okay. Verse 17. Leave off first for manners' sake, and be not unsatiable, lest thou offend.
Right. The Lord is telling you that you will offend somebody by being greedy. And once we talking about food, but I want y'all to understand the gravity of what we're talking about. It's something as small as food that people notice your selfishness and your greed. People notice that about you. If you're greedy like that about food, you're greedy with everything. You understand? And that goes for every situation in life. You end up being like that with everybody, and people notice that. The Lord tells us that you're going to offend by being that way. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 18. When thou sittest among many, reach not thy hand out first of all.
And so when you sit down at the table, don't be the one that like, all right, let's eat. I'm about to go start grabbing food. Don't do that. Don't be like that. Don't be the person that puts his hand out first, like, all right, I'm ready to eat. I don't know what y'all talking. Like, be graceful. You understand? Be graceful. The Lord tells you that it's offensive for you to act like that. And a lot of kids have this problem too. A lot of kids, children, have this problem of, they want to be the first. Oh, I want all of the food, and I want to be the first one to get it, and I'll leave you some crumbs. That's the mindset of a child. But most of us grow up with that mindset and never grow out of it. You understand? But the Lord tells us, He says, when you sit among many, reach not thine hand out first of all. Keep going, verse 19.
Verse 19. A very little is sufficient for a man, well nurtured.
Right. Mm-hmm.
He fetches not his wind short upon his bed.
Hey, man, if you're a well-nurtured man, you don't need to grab all of the food, and the children are left with crumbs because now you've taken all of the food. Like, be a man about the way that you operate. And the same thing for the sisters, right? Be graceful. That's what this is telling us. And that and greed are two opposite things. You can't be greedy and be graceful at the same time. And the Lord requires, once again, He calls us holy. He calls us set apart. We're supposed to be different than the other nations. The other nations are greedy. The other nations are evil, greedy, selfish bastards. And they're going to be what this scripture is talking about. They teach you to, we see it in the movies. They reaching over the table to, oh, me first. Let me get this food. While the kids is like, damn. You understand? So don't be like that is what the Lord is trying to tell us. Give me verse 20.
Okay, verse 20. Sound sleep cometh of moderate eating. He rises
Sound
early.
sleep cometh of moderate eating. All right. Now, one thing people don't understand, like, of course, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving in here. All right. We don't celebrate the slaughter of our family, right? But most of us have in the past in the world, before we came into the knowledge of the truth, we celebrated Thanksgiving, right? And Thanksgiving is a holiday based around gluttony. It's to its core is based around gluttony, because the reason why the holiday was set in place anyway was because of the white man's greed over the Native American Indians and what they had. But now we celebrate it today. I'm saying we as black people in America celebrate it today as like a day where you could eat until you're full and then eat some more and then eat some more. That's Thanksgiving for us. I mean, we eat until we get full and then we get a second and a third plate. And then what do they call it in the Boondocks? They call it the itis. You get that itis, you get super tired. You get super tired and you ate so much that now you're getting put to sleep by all of the food that you ate. That's not sound sleep. The Lord tells us sound sleep cometh of moderate eating. You didn't put yourself into a food coma. A coma is not good. Y'all know that, right? A coma is not good. But you call it a food coma when you get so damn tired after you eat because you've eaten yourself into a slumber. That's eating too much. But why did you eat that much? Because you're greedy. You're selfish. You're trying to consume so much because I just gotta have this. That is a terrible spirit to have. So the Lord is telling us here that sound sleep cometh of moderate eating. Go ahead.
Okay. He riseth early, and his wits are with him.
And you wake up and your wits are with you. You ain't wake up like, damn, I just ate so much last night. You don't wake up like that. You wake up, refreshed. Because that's what food is for. Food is to replenish you. Food is to make you, it's fuel for you. So you eat just enough. If you go to the gas station and you fill your car, let's say it takes $60 to fill your car up. If you try to put $80 in the car, what's it going to do? That last $20 is going to spill out over the gas tank. You're going to cause problems for yourself. That's because you tried to put too much in there. Well, the same thing go with food. You overindulge yourself, you're going to cause problems for yourself. And so instead of you waking up feeling replenished and good, I got what I needed. I got my nutrients and everything. I wake up ready to go to work or whatever I got to do for the day. Instead of you feeling like that, you wake up like, damn, man, I ate a lot. You understand? That's what the Lord is trying to get you to avoid, right? And get you to understand. Keep going.
Okay. But pain of watching and choler and pangs of the belly are with an unsatiable man.
Unsatiable. What is unsatiable? Unsatiable. What does that mean?
Satisfied.
You can't be satisfied. You can never have enough. That's the spirit of the white man. That's what the Bible tells us about the white man. When you go into the book of Obadiah, say, don't the robber, when he come in here steal until he has enough? But you white man, you oppressor, you come in here and you take more than you can even fit in the van that you pulled up to take stuff with. You pull up in a van that you can grab the TV, you can grab, some jewelry and things like that, or whatever the hell you came to pull up and grab. But the white man gonna fill up the van. He gonna take more than that. He gonna try to strap some stuff to the top, and he gonna take more than he can take because he can never have enough. And that's the problem with our oppressor, is that now he's pushed that ideology and that way of life onto us. So now you wake up, now you done ate so goddamn much, you got pangs of the belly. You got that's what people call hunger pangs. You got pangs of the belly. You wake up in the morning, you done ate so damn much, you're on the toilet all day, and you just jammed up because you did what you were not supposed to do, which is overindulge yourself. Give me real quick, hold Ecclesiasticus for me, because we're gonna go back to chapter 37. But give me Proverbs 25.
Okay.
Give me Proverbs 25. Come on, Proverbs 25, and then you can start at verse 16. We're gonna read one verse, to get a decent understanding. Just once again, we just getting precepts, all right, to be able to understand this deal that we're dealing with. All right, keep going.
I got the book of Proverbs, chapter 25, verse 16. Have thou found honey? Eat so much as it is sufficient for thee, lest thou be filled therewith and vomited.
This is greed, man. Have you found honey? You found something sweet, something that you love, something that you really like? Eat so much as sufficient for thee, right? What does sufficient mean? It means enough. Eat so much as sufficient for thee, excuse me, and unless you be filled therewith. You eat too much of it, you overindulge yourself, and then what are you gonna do? You're going to vomit it. That's what you do when you eat too much, or when you drink too much. You done drank so the goddamn much, you done drank yourself silly and stupid, and now you vomit it back up. Well, this is talking about food, but this is with anything in your life. Anything in your life you can overindulge yourself with. You understand? It can be money. You can overindulge yourself with money. And you'll be so infatuated with money that you'll be unsatiable with that money, meaning you can never have enough, and you'll spiral out. You crap with the young cat saying now that you crash out. You crash out because you got so much goddamn money. That's what are they doing now? Juice WRLD, that rapper, he had so much money, he bought so many drugs, he didn't know what to do with, so he took them all, and he died an overdose. He had too much money. He was unsatiable. He couldn't fill himself with enough of them Percocets, so he took so many that he died. Well, that's greed. That's selfishness. Selfishness is going to kill you, and it's going to put a lot of people around you in compromising situations. Go back to Ecclesiasticus, the 37th chapter.
31st chapter.
37.
37?
Okay.
Verse 1?
Give me verse 27. Oh,
27?
So Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 37 and verse 27.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 37, verse 27. My son, prove thy soul in thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it.
So you got to look at yourself and you got to see what's good for you and what's not. Paul says this excellently. He says, all things are lawful for me, but not all things are expedient. There are certain things that are good for you, and there are certain things that are bad for you. And even the things that are bad for you could be lawful. Drinking is lawful, but some people can't handle drinking. Some people should not touch a drink. So that's why this scripture is telling us, prove your soul in your life and see what is evil for it, and don't give that to yourself. Alcohol can be extremely evil unto you. Some people can sit down and have a drink, sit down, have a drink with the brothers, with the sisters, and go back to their normal program. Some people, though, are going to drink themselves into a goddamn stupor. They're going to drink until they stupid every time. You found what's evil for you. Now you got to put it away from you. Now you got to say, okay, well, it's lawful to drink, but I can't do this. It's not going to work for me. All right. You have to find those things, and this is subjective, man. It's different. People have different limits, all right, on certain things, and so you have to prove your soul in your life, and you have to find out what's evil for you. All right, because some things you can't indulge in at all, because when you do indulge, you're gonna overindulge. All right, a lot of people had that problem with alcohol. So a lot of people had that problem with food. You get some good food, and you gotta eat all of it. You know damn well you're not supposed to eat this goddamn much, but you're gonna eat all of it. All right, that's a problem with overindulgence, and that's just a problem that people have. It's just greed. You need it. Some people can't handle money, because when you got the money in your hands, you're gonna spend all of it on things that don't matter. Some people are not meant to handle that money. You understand? And there's so many other things that go into this, right? But keep going.
Verse 28. For all things are not profitable for all men.
All things are not profitable for all men. And this is what Paul was talking about. I believe Paul read this scripture. Because this is the Apocrypha. This is something that was in the Bible up until after 1611, when they took out the so-called apocryphal 14 books. All right. And so Paul had these writings. All right. And what is being said here is the same thing Paul was communicating when he said all things are lawful for a man, but not all things are expedient. All right. And this is what this is what is being said here too. All right. All things are not profitable for all men, neither hath every soul pleasure in everything. It's not always profitable for you to sit at that table. It's not always profitable for you to have a drink in your hand. Keep going.
I kind of not have every soul pleasure in everything.
Mm-hmm.
Be not insatiable in any dainty thing, nor too greedy upon meats. For excess of meats bringeth sickness, and surfeiting,
Yep. Go ahead.
surfeiting will turn into choler,
The color.
a color.
Mm-hmm. What it said, be not insatiable in any dainty thing. Once again, we have a problem with not being able to be satisfied. Okay, we got a problem with that. And see, when you got to think about it, the spirit behind it, right? Because you not being able to be satisfied. Once again, we're talking about food, right? But just think about how we started this class in the book of Joshua. All right, with Achan. All right. Achan had riches. He had animals. He had thousands of dollars worth of animals. But he had to have more. He had to. He had to have that Babylonish garment. He had to have that silver wedge. He had to. And so in him having to have that, even when he didn't need it, he got his brothers killed. 36 of his brothers killed in battle because of his sin. He got his sons and his daughters killed right along with him, stoned to death, set on fire. All of his properties, all of the animals that he had. That wasn't profitable for him. He should have checked his greed. Because once again, his greed caused the downfall of all of his people. All right, keep going.
I got verse 31. By surfeiting have many perished, but he that taketh heed prolongeth his life.
Right. Give me Proverbs the 11th chapter. It say, by surfeiting have many perished, but he that taketh heed prolongeth his life. If Achan would have listened to the Lord and said, look, I'm not going to touch this because the Lord told me don't touch this accursed thing. I don't care what this thing could do for me. You know, that's the same thing like when you go into the book of Revelation, the 18th chapter, Proverbs 11. When you go into Revelation, the 18th chapter, you find that the Lord has told us to come out of Babylon. Otherwise, you're going to partake in her sins and in her punishments. Well, if you partake in Babylon, you can become rich and famous and gain a whole lot of money. I mean, that's what all of these cats, these rappers have been doing. These rappers, these entertainers, all of these cats, that's what they do. Even the cats that's not, maybe they're not entertainers. Maybe there's somebody in the corporate world. They sacrifice the obedience to the Most High for riches and for money. The scriptures say, where your treasure is, your heart is also. All right? What you believe in and what you love and what you care about is where your heart's going to be. Most people just care about money. Most people care about things that do for them, not what they could do for people. All right, like in the school, we're not thinking about what can I do for myself? What can I do to get my belly full? I need to think about my brothers and my sisters. This is something that I was actually just talking about this yesterday. If we thought like that as a nation, right? If we thought about what can I do for my brothers and for my sisters versus just thinking about ourselves, we only think about ourselves, nobody would have to worry about themselves. If we all thought about each other, we don't have to worry about ourselves. Christ told us, don't think about what you got to eat tomorrow. Don't think about how you're gonna get by the next day. The evils of tomorrow are there already. And so with us having that collective mindset instead of an independent mindset, we ain't really got to worry about nothing. And that's kind of the economy and the community that we've built inside the school, because we really ain't got to worry about nothing. We all got each other's backs, and that's the way that's how the kingdom of heaven comes to the earth, is by dwelling in that type of mind state. But somebody who's greedy, you'll destroy the thing that the Lord built. If we sitting at a table, just like we was talking about in Ecclesiasticus, the 35th chapter, right? If we sitting at a table and it's all type of food, and it's, we got 20 brothers, 30, 20, 30 brothers and sisters sitting at the table, kids, adults, teenagers, whatever, right? Everybody's sitting at the table and you like, I'm about to be the first one to get all the mac and cheese. Well, then damn, nobody else can have the mac and cheese. You're going to be like, I'm the first one to get all them drums, them chicken drums. Some of y'all like the drums, some of y'all like the flats, whatever. I don't know. Me personally, I like the flats. But if me liking the flats, if I jump over the table and I take all the flats, damn, can't nobody else have the flats. So now you understand? So it's like you're not the only one in the picture here. You're not the only one that matter. You understand? That's like, it reminds me something about Friday. If y'all seen Friday, now a lot of the stuff that he was talking about was unlawful. But what Pops was talking to Ice Cube, and he was saying, you always in the kitchen when I'm in the kitchen, and look, I like pig feet. I like the stuff that's in there too, but you eating it all. Now, once again, they're talking about some unlawful things, but because of course we don't eat pig, pork, and things like that. But he basically saying like, look, you eating all of the food in the refrigerator, and now when I want to go in there for something I like, I can't have it because you ate it all. You understand? That's just, it's selfishness and it's greed. Like, hey man, it's enough food for everybody to go around. Y'all remember when Ice Cube poured that big ass bowl of cereal? He was finna eat the whole box of cereal. I think the Lord smote him for that, because that's why he ain't had no goddamn milk. You understand? He was trying to eat the whole goddamn box of cereal, but he got a sister in there. You got a mother, a father in there. You don't think they wanted no cereal? Now, of course, I'm being funny, but I'm not at the same time, because it's something that you can learn from that. He was being greedy. He's gonna pour that big, triple sized bowl of cereal. You tripping. But that's, of course, what this Bible is telling us. Don't be greedy like that, man. Get you a regular sized bowl of cereal so that way everybody can have cereal. Otherwise, you're going to open that fridge to go get that milk, and the milk ain't going to be there. And the Lord going to tell you, oh, well, you wanted the cereal so bad. Yeah, we ain't got no milk. Use water. Now you rather just pour it out. All right. Let's read from Proverbs 11 and 24.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 24. There is that scattereth and yet increaseth, and there is that withholdeth more than is meet, but is tended to poverty.
All right, so understand what this scripture is saying. It's saying there is that scattereth. What does that mean? I mean, he don't have much. Let's talk about it in the sense that the Bible is talking about it, meaning talk about having a field to till. All right, you got a land to till, right? So you got to put your seeds, whatever you might be growing. You might be growing greens or whatever, right? Let's just say you're growing greens, right? You putting the seeds down so that way you can grow your greens. All right. Well, there's somebody that's scattered, meaning he don't have a lot of seeds, so he have to kind of, he got to place them where they go. But he's going to increase. But then it goes on to say that there is that withholdeth more than is meet, but it tendeth to poverty. Somebody that's holding. Now, what does that mean? Well, keep reading.
Count down. Verse 25. The liberal soul shall be made fat.
What do it mean to have a liberal soul? Excuse me. What is or who is the liberal soul? What is somebody that's liberal? What does that mean? Anybody tell me?
That's kind of withholding. That's kind of being like he ain't trying to get too much out. He being like.
It's the one that scattereth. Don't think about it. He not giving too much out, like he's not sharing, because we're not talking about sharing with people. We're talking about spreading that seed out on that land, right? He's not, he's not just throwing it wherever. He's being very specific about where he places his seed, right? Well, it say the liberal soul shall be made fat. The one that don't have a handful of seeds, he's just throwing them out, right? This one is liberal. He's just very particular where he put his seeds at, so that way, he gets what he needs, right? Well, his soul is going to be made fat, even though he not the one that's throwing the seed out, right? Keep going.
And he that watereth shall be watered also himself.
And he that watereth he shall be watered himself. All right. Meaning what? He's given. So just think about the analogy for a second. He's watering these plants or these seeds, right? These vegetables that we're talking about growing, right? Well, what is he going to get from that? He's going to get the increase. So he's doing something for the plants. The plants, when they grow and become the vegetable that he wants, he's going to now get something from that. He'll get the nutrition from that, right? But keep going, verse 26.
Verse 26. He that withholding corn, the people shall curse him.
And if he, now this is a different kind of cat. He that withholdeth corn, the people shall curse him. What do that mean? When you go into Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, what do it say about a man in his field? What do it say about a man in his field in Leviticus 23?
No, you're not supposed to glean the edges.
You don't glean the corners of your field, right? What do that mean though? Why? Why not?
Because those that might be poor or downtrodden is where they can have something to eat.
Somebody walking by your field, they can go and grab off of that tree. Let's say you got an apple tree over there. You don't take that when you harvest, because of course, anytime that you harvest your field is because you're going to take it, you're going to harvest it, you're going to sell it, make some money. All right. But the Lord told us in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, that you don't take off of the edges of your field, around the outskirts of your field. Why? So that way, if you have a brother that's a stranger or homeless or whatever, he can come by off of the side of your field. He ain't got to go on your property or nothing, just hanging over. He can grab it. And he can have some food. That's just brotherhood, right? But this cat that we talking about, he gleaning the corners of his field because he's greedy. He might only make a couple of extra dollars off of the little bit that's on the edge of his field, but he's going to take it so he can make them couple of extra dollars instead of allowing his brother or his sister to have food in their belly. That's the type of cat that we're talking about. It's greedy, man. Not, of course, in this situation, that would be unlawful, but it's greedy at the same time. Keep reading.
Okay. But blessing shall be upon the head of him that selleth it.
Now give me Philippians. Give me Philippians in the New Testament, right? Give me Philippians in the New Testament. Give me the 2nd chapter and the 3rd verse.
Look at Philippians chapter 2, verse 3. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem others better than themselves.
And this is another aspect that we got to look at. Now, we've been talking about food kind of a lot, but that's sometimes where a lot of people fall off. Like, that's where a lot of people, you start to notice the greed that they have. That's a basic necessity is food. You understand? But what about this here? It said, let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves. This is talking about humility. All right. This is talking about humility. It say, let you esteem somebody else better than yourself. You can't think that you're bigger than the program. You can't think that you're bigger than the program. That's how the program begins to fail. When everybody think they're bigger than the program, that turns everybody into an individual. And now the program can't be satisfied. Now it can't come to fruition. The program that I'm talking about is the deliverance of the children of Israel. All right. Christ returning. Christ is not coming back he's not coming back to a bunch of scattered brothers and sisters who hate each other. He's not going to come back. Not for that. Which is why we got to all get on the same program. Got to get on the same program. We have to understand we got to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. We have to unite with one another. We have to be of one body and one mind and be willing to serve the Most High. And that's what Christ is coming back to come redeem. He's going to buy us back from that. But he's not coming back if we all, we're all separate and don't have the same mind like what Paul taught, which is what really Christ taught. Because Christ taught what? He told us, let them all be one as you and I are one, talking to the Most High. The same way that Christ was one with the Most High is the way that he prays that us, the children of Israel, would be one. All on the same accord, all on the same program. Right? Christ's not going to come back for nothing less. All right. Give me verse 4.
Verse 4. Look not every man on his own thing.
Don't always focus on yourself, man. This is all throughout. I could teach this class for 20 hours because it's all throughout the Bible. This Bible is not, it's not for individuals. It's for a collective of people. Paul ain't write these letters for you. He wrote them for the church. So that's the children of Israel that follow Christ. He wrote that for us, all collectively. You think Paul didn't know? Now, once again, no. This was a letter to the church in Philippi, but you don't think that Paul knew that there would be copies made of this letter? Do I got one for you? You don't think that he knew that there would be copies made of this letter and that it wouldn't go for? Now here we are, 2,000 years later, reading these letters. You don't think so? He understood that this thing that he's talking about, right, is something that's universal. What he's talking about is universal. He's saying, not every man on his own things. Keep going.
But every man also on the things of others.
And this is what I was just talking about. This is what's called a collectivist mindset. Okay, we're a collective. We're a nation of people. Don't always think about yourself. You know what? Who was that? Ronald Reagan that said that for America. He said, "Don't think about what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country." Was that Reagan that coined that?
No, I think that was
Kennedy. Right? That's what Kennedy said. John F. Kennedy said, "Don't think about what your country can do for you. Think about what you could do for your country." Hey, that white devil had that's true. That's the way to think about it. Don't think about what Israel could do for you. Think about what you could do for Israel. You understand? Think about what you could do for your people. You always thinking about what somebody could do for you. You selfish. You have something?
I was gonna say that's reading this would turn away that mindset of when our people do wrong or outside looking crazy, and people say, oh no, what they do, you know what I'm saying, it ain't a big deal. It's them. It's like you don't understand, saying that's a reflection upon our people as a whole.
Right.
As a whole, we gotta to correct each other, put each other back on the right path.
Right.
And say if I let my brother go out there dressed all crazy, and he's pants all the way up here, he's ashy, lotioned up. They're gonna go to the airport like that. They're gonna be thinking, damn, who lives outside walks around like that?
Right.
You better stop that brother and say, hey man, here's some lotion. Let me give you some better clothes for you to wear. Instead of saying, oh, it ain't bothering nobody, it ain't hurting nobody, but it hurts the reputation of us as a whole,
right?
Not just as the individual.
And you got to think about that. Once stop thinking you an individual. You listen, and this is something that I've had to teach my children, and it's something that we have to continually teach. I don't give a damn about how much people like you individually. Think about your people as a whole. You're a black man or a black woman in America. Understand who you really are. Understand who you are, and that you got other brothers and sisters that's really going through it. What makes you think you better than them? And that's what so many people, we talking about selfishness and greed, right? So many people, when they get money and they get, a high status, they forget about their people. That's because you're selfish, because you only give a damn about what's happening to you. Think about Lil Wayne when he said this garbage. He was talking about, and this was around the time, I think, of George Floyd, when he was talking about how, a white man saved my life. Okay, a white man saved your life, but white people kill black people every day. What about those people? Right. You so concerned about what happened to you in your situation, you're gonna negate the fact that these people are putting our people, our brothers and sisters, to death every day. Oh, but white people have been nice to me though. What are you talking about? That means that you only give a damn about yourself, and the Lord will get rid of you, like He did Achan. He got rid of Achan. He got rid of him. Listen, the Lord is going to purge that out of Israel. I was about to say I'm going to do it, but I'm not going to do a damn thing. The Lord going to do it. The Lord is going to purge that out of Israel. If you selfish, if you ain't here for you and not for your people, the Lord is going to purge you out. He's going to get rid of you. Keep reading.
Now come. Verse 5. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus, who,
You good?
Being in the form of God, thought it not robbery to be equal with God.
So now this is what Paul is saying. He's telling us, let this same mind be in us as was in Christ. Christ had the mindset of, he said what? In John the 17th chapter, he told us, he told the Most High, he said, I pray that our people, the children of Israel, have one mind, the same way that Christ and the Most High have one mind. So we have to have that same mindset. Give me verse 7.
Verse 7. But made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant.
Mm-hmm.
It was made in the likeness of men.
Go ahead. And so, but look, Christ is the greatest man to ever live, right? Yes?
Come.
Christ is the greatest man to ever live? We're saying that, right? But when somebody said that to him, what did he say? He said, call no man good but the Father. He made himself low. He humbled himself. You got to do that, man. See, people get big. You know, we see this Diddy situation. People get big and they forget, you a black man in America. He didn't think that video of him beating the hell out of that girl was going to get surfaced. He thought that money was going to take him up right up on high to like the rest of the white folks. That, you think these white folks ain't beating the hell out of their women? You think Trump never laid a hand on his wife? Oh, brother, you'd be sorely mistaken. Go ahead.
Trump saying that say grab him by the box.
Yeah, he's saying grab him by the So you think that he not doing those things? Talking, I mean, the talk that he's talking is crazy enough, but he's performing the actions that he's talking about. But nobody you're not of the same stature as these people in their land. You're just not. So Diddy's done. He's done for it. But he don't realize that he should have stayed humble. He should have just, it's okay for you to have money. It's not a sin to have money. You could be rich as hell in Israel. You can and still serve the Most High. And we're not going to tell you to give all your money to the school. We're not going to do that. Stay rich, brother. You pay the same 10% you would have paid if you was broke. Pay them same tithes, right? Same 10%. But we're not going to be like, oh, you got more money? Well, we expect more money from you. Nah. We're not telling you to do that. You know what we're going to do? I'm going to tell you, hey, brother, just don't let that money change you. Don't end up like these cats that, they get a whole bunch of money and they forget who they are. Because, see, money will turn you into a white person. The problem is that's all in your head because you're not going to actually turn into a white person. You're still going to be held by the standards of black people in America. But your mind will be like a white person's mind. And you'll get caught up and you'll die. 23-year-old millionaires don't die. 23-year-old white millionaires don't die every day. But you got your, what's the dude in Amigos that got killed? Takeoff? Was it Takeoff that died? So because Offset and Quavo is still alive. So Takeoff is the one that died, right? A goddamn millionaire died over a dice game. You don't hear that with white people, but you think that this money has made you invincible. No. You understand? The Lord is not dealing with us the same way that he's did. The other nations are not his children. So he don't care about them. They can be drug addicts. They can be selfish a-holes. They can do whatever they want to do. They'll get their judgment in the end. But for us, we have to hold on to the values and the morals that the Most High has set before us. So he going to judge us. So you can't smoke weed. The other nations, they can get high. We don't care about that. That's the kid up the street. He the kid in the house at the end of the block. So if you come home and tell me something that kid at the house at the end of the block did, I don't care. What you telling me that for, son? I don't, I just wanted you to know you should do something about it. I should do something. He got his own daddy. Let his daddy punish him for that. Or maybe his daddy letting him do that. I don't know. That's between them. I know you better not go out there and get high with him. I know you better not do that. So what's the Lord going to do? That's Amos the 3rd chapter. The Lord is going to punish us for our iniquity. He's going to punish us for our iniquity. The other nations, they'll get punished for what they did to us. Keep reading. Bible shop.
Okay. Verse 8. And being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death.
He became obedient unto death. Give me John the 13th chapter. Bible shop. We're going to get, I think this will be the last scripture that we read.
John 13.
Yeah, John the 13th.
So after he had washed their feet, had taken his garment, and was set down again, he said unto them, Know ye what I have done to you? Ye call me master and Lord, and yea, say well, for so I am.
This is what Christ said to his disciples. He got down and he washed their feet, man. All right. But he said to his disciples, he said, you call me master and Lord. And you say, well, because that's true. I am Christ. I am the Messiah. Keep going.
Verse 14. If I then, your Lord and Master, have washed your feet, ye also ought to wash one another's feet.
This the mindset we got to be in. Remember, we was just talking about the cat in Ecclesiastes 35 that jump across the table to go get the first piece of food because he want to eat like not everybody else hungry.
Yeah.
Christ wouldn't have done that. Christ would have waited till everybody else got their plate. That's what Christ would have done because he showed that right here. He got down and he washed his disciples' feet. What does a disciple mean? What does that word mean?
They're under him.
But what does it mean? What does the word disciple mean?
Students, right?
Follower. So the people that follow Christ, he washing their feet. Why is this so important and significant? Because he humbled himself down. He humbled himself down to serve the people that serve him. Now, once again, nobody's bigger than the program, not even Jesus Christ. Nobody's bigger than the program. We all got a part to play. So we got to keep pushing forward with what we got to do. And that means nobody can step on each other's toes. Christ's not going to step on your toes. Don't step on his. Keep reading.
Okay. Verse 15. For I have given you an example.
He gave you what?
An example.
Christ gave us an example. Why? Keep going.
That ye should do as I have done to you.
Now, this ain't the only example. This is a small gesture to wash these brothers' feet. But what's the biggest example? He died for these brothers too. And not for them only, but for you and I. He died for all of us. So that way we can have a second chance. Hey, that's what the scriptures say. Christ said this himself. He said, no greater love have a man than this that will put his life on the line for his brothers, for his people, for his brothers and his sisters. There's no greater love than that. Well, that's the type of humility that we got to have, because in order to do that, Christ died for some wicked people, man. He died for the homosexual, for the drug dealer, for all of these people that deserve death. He died for them so they could have another chance. Once again, man, nobody is bigger than the program. You got to get in it. You got to get into the program and start to do what you're supposed to do, because everybody got a role to play. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 16. Verily, verily, I say unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord, neither he that is sent greater than he that sent him.
Right. And that's what we've been talking about this whole time, right? The servant is not greater than his Lord, neither he that is sent greater than he that sent him. Christ he's coming down on our level when he don't need to be. Christ is the Son of the Most High God, the Messiah, to save the entire nation of Israel. But he humbled himself down to be like one of us. He don't lift himself up. We lift him up. He don't lift himself up. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 17. If you know these things, happy are ye if ye do them.
And if you know these things, happy are ye if you do them. That's what you have to understand. You live your life the same way that Christ lived. Christ was a humble man. Christ was not selfish. He was not greedy. He'll feed everybody before he feed himself. If you have that same mentality, everybody in Israel will get fed. But if everybody in Israel greedy and selfish, and I gotta look out for me,
Like, you might forget yours.
I'm gonna get mine before you get yours. Well, you're gonna be the only one having things, and everybody else is gonna be broke. Everybody else is gonna be poor, downtrodden. You can't live your life like that, man. Once again, Achan thought that he could do what he wanted to do and get what he wanted and be fine. Come to find out, him in his endeavor to get what he wanted, 36 of the men of Israel died at battle because of him. Their blood is on his hands. But not only that, his wife, his sons, his daughters, his oxen, his sheep, and his tent all got burned alive because of his greed. So this is the type of God that we're dealing with. He's not an individualistic God. He's a collectivist. He believes that all of us got to be together. The curses of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, happened to all of the children of Israel, not just the ones that sinned. There are many. Was Daniel a sinner? Hell no. Daniel was a righteous brother, and he still went into that Babylonian captivity. Jeremiah was not a sinner, but he still had to be in captivity because of the curses that the Most High said that he was going to put on the children of Israel. Why? This is a collectivist nation. The Lord is going to punish us, all of us, for the sins of one or two. We see that with Achan. He's the only man that sinned. Nobody else touched nothing. But he sinned and got men killed and got his face. You think his wife did anything? Maybe she knew. You could argue that maybe she knew about it, but from what we read in the Bible, it don't say that she knew about it. All it say is that was his wife. And them oxen for sure didn't know nothing. The ox ain't do nothing wrong. The sheep didn't do nothing wrong. So what should this tell you? And we're going to close out. What should this tell you? We got to hold each other accountable, because not only do we have to look out for each other, but we have to make sure that everybody in here is on point. We have to. Because if we don't, if somebody, listen, I'm going to tell you like this. If somebody would have looked at Achan and seen him doing those things and spoke up about it, them 36 men wouldn't have died. His wife and his children and them oxen wouldn't have died. You got to be able to look out for, and this is collectively, all of us together. We got to be able to look out for each other. And we got to call out when something's wrong. But if not, the nation goes to nothing. It goes to dust and powder. Christ's not coming back for a bunch of, disloyal bastards that don't believe in serving the Most High. He's not coming back for that. You will never see them chariots crack the sky if we live like we've been living. All right, Christ is going to come back for a nation that's repented, that's willing to serve the Most High. So we got to make sure that each other, all of us, we got to be on each other and make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. Otherwise, these curses are going to stay on us. All right. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and close out. We're going to close out with the prayers. I imagine which means to stand. Panyak Gudam, which means to turn and face the east. We're going to begin with the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwatka, Tabaa, Watazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Marataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathanawa, Lakam, Kal Yawam, Wasalakanawa, Kal Watnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kal Watinawa, Wala'a, Tabayanawa, Manasai 1, Abal, Hawashanawa, Mayan, Raikaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Wa'ala, Watha Para, Lawalamium, Aman. All right, we're going to read the Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father,
Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
thy kingdom come,
thy kingdom
thy
come,
will be done in earth,
thy will be done on earth,
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread.
and forgive us our debts
Give us our debts
as we forgive our
as
debtors.
we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not to temptation,
Lead us not into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom,
and the
and
power,
the power,
and the glory
and glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
All right, we're going to read the Hakak, or the power, in the Hebrew. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushai,
Hashem Yahushai,
Babu Kashai,
Baruch Kashah,
Nathan Nawa Hakak,
Nathan Al-Hakak,
Hakak Larapa'ah,
Hakak Rafa'ah,
Kal Maka'ala,
Hakak Maka'ala,
Wakal Madawa,
Hakak Madawah,
Hakak Latahar,
Hakak Latahar,
Amatazariah,
Hamat Zariah,
Hakak,
Hakak,
Lakwayam,
Makoyam,
Hamathim,
Hamati,
Hakak,
Hakak,
Al Rakawa,
Arakawa,
Atama'ala,
Fatima
Lagar Shun,
Lagar Shun,
Ba'ashem Yahushai,
Hashem Yahushai,
Wadaman.
Wadaman.
All right. We'll read the power in English. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahushai,
in the name of Yahushai,
please give us the power,
please give us the
the
power,
power to heal all manner of sickness
power to heal all manner of sickness,
and all manner of disease,
no manner of disease,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
power to cleanse the lepers,
the power to raise the dead,
power to raise the
the
dead,
power against unclean spirits,
power against unclean spirits,
to cast them out.
cast them out.
In the name of
In
Yahushai,
the name of Yahushai,
thank you, so be it.
thank you, so be it.
The prayers to bless Israel. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushai,
Hashem Yahushai,
Barak Lanawa,
Barak Lana,
Wayasharala,
Washarah,
Wahabayah,
Wabayah,
Saparyam,
Taharyah,
Barak,
Barak,
Ba'ashem,
Bashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
the Wadaman.
Wadaman.
In English. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of
in the
Yahushai,
name of Yahushai,
bless us
bless us
and Israel
and Israel
and the school.
and the school.
In the name of
In the name
Yahushai,
of Yahushai,
thank you, so be it.
thank you, so be it.
Psalms the 121st chapter in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya,
Ayanya,
Ahaharyam,
Ahaharyam,
Ma'ayan,
Ma'ayan,
Yaba'ah,
Yaba'ah,
Isaiah,
Isaiah,
Ma'aim,
Ma'an,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Shamayam,
Shamayam,
Waratazah,
Waratazah,
Al Yathan,
Ayathan,
Lamawat,
Namawat,
Regalka,
Regalka,
Al Yanawam,
Ayanawam,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Hana,
Hana,
La'ah,
La'ah,
Yanawam,
Yanawam,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Yayashan,
Yayashan,
Shamar,
Shamar,
Yasharala,
Yasharah,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Tazalka,
Tazalka,
Al Yad,
Al-Yad,
Yam Yanka,
Yabnyaka,
Yawamam,
Yawamam,
Hashamash,
Hashemash,
La'ah,
La'ah,
Yakaka,
Yakaka,
Wayarak,
Vayarak,
Balayala,
Vayala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yash. Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up mine eyes into the
I
hills.
lift my eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
For whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from
Our
Yahweh,
help coming from Yahweh.
which made heaven and earth.
They have an earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold, he
No.
that keepeth Yasharala
He that keepeth Yahweh
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall not slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in,
and thy coming in.
from this time forth
From this time forth,
and even forevermore.
even forevermore.
Psalms the 83rd chapter, beginning with the Hebrew. Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Al Damayalaka,
Adam Yalakah,
Al Thakarash,
Al Takarash,
Wa Al Tashakwat,
Al Tashakwat,
Al
Al
Kayahana,
Kayahana,
Awayabyaka,
Al Yebika,
Yahamaya 1,
Yamaya 1,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Al Imaka,
Al Amaka,
Yarayamwa,
Yarayamwa,
Sawadah,
Sawadah,
Wayatha,
Wayatha,
Yaitazawa,
Aikazawa,
Al Tazapawanyaka,
Al Tazapawanyaka,
Amarwa,
Amaru,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Wanakakidam,
Manakakidam,
Magalia,
Magaya,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Yazakar,
Zakar,
Sham Yasharala,
Son Yashral,
Iwada,
Iwadah,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nawaitazawa,
Aikazawa,
Laba,
Labat,
Yakadwa,
Yakaka,
Al Yaka,
Ayaka,
Baryath,
Baryat,
Yakarathwa,
Yakarathwa,
Ahaya,
Ahaya,
Adawam,
Adawan,
Wayashamai Aliyah,
Yashma Ali,
Mawa Abba,
Mawa Abba,
Wahagarya,
Wagari,
Gabal,
Gabal.
Wamawan,
Wamawan.
Wamalak,
Wamalak.
Palasha,
Palashat.
I'm Yeshabya,
Yeshabya.
Tazawar,
Tazawar.
Gum Ashawar,
Ramashawar.
Malawa,
Malawat.
Imam,
Imam.
Hayawa,
Ayawat.
Zarwa,
Zarawat.
Labunya Lawat,
Abanu Lawat.
Salah,
Salah.
Aishalaham,
Ashalaham.
Kamadyan,
Kamadi.
Kasaya,
Kasayat.
Sara'at,
Sara'at.
Kayabyan,
Kayabyan.
Wanakal,
Nakal.
Kwayashwan,
Yashwan.
Nashamadwa,
Nashamadu.
Nada,
Nada.
Yabmawa,
Namawat.
Ka'ira,
Ka'ira.
Wakaza Abba,
Kaza'ab.
Wakazabak,
Kazabat.
Wakazazar,
Kazazar.
Mana'ai,
Mana'ai.
Call,
Call.
Nasaya Kamwa,
Sai Kamwa.
Ashar,
Ashar.
Amarwa,
Amaru.
Naya Rashad,
Nai Rashad.
Lanawa,
Nawa.
Ath,
Ah.
Na'awath,
Nawat.
Alahayam,
Alahaya.
Alahaya,
Alahaya.
Shayathamwa,
Shaitan.
Kagalgala,
Gaga.
Kakwash,
Kakwash.
Lapanya,
Apanya.
Raka,
Rakah.
Ka'ash,
Ka'ash.
Tabaira,
Taraira.
Ya'ira,
Ya'ira.
Wakala Haba,
Kalahaba.
Talahat,
Talahat.
Haryam,
Paryam.
Khan,
Khan.
Tharadapma,
Taradatma.
Basa Irika,
Irika.
Wabasa,
Babasat.
Wapathka,
Pathka.
Tabahalam,
Tabahalam.
Mala'a,
Mala'at.
Panyaham,
Panyaham.
Kalawan,
Kalawan.
Wayabakwashwa,
Wayabakwashwa.
Shamka,
Shimka.
Yahawah,
Yahweh.
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa.
Wayabahawa,
Wayabahar.
Aya'ai,
Wayaja'ai.
Wayakaparwa,
Wayakapar.
Wayabadwa,
Wayabatma.
Wayada'aiwa,
Wayada'ai.
Kayatha,
Kayata.
Shamka,
Shimka.
Yahawah,
Yahweh.
Labadka,
Baka.
Al Yawan,
All you want.
Al Call,
Alcohol.
Al Ratazah.
All right.
Psalms 83rd chapter in English. Keep not thou silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O God.
Be not still, O God.
For lo,
For lo,
thine enemies make a tumult,
thy enemies make a tumult.
and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They hate thee, lift up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation,
let's cut them off from being a nation.
that the name of Yasha Allah
And they Yasha Allah,
may be no more in remembrance.
no one remembers.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against
They
thee,
are confederate against thee.
the tabernacles of
The
Edom,
tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
Moab,
and the
and
Hagarenes,
Hagarenes,
Gabal,
Baal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur also is joined with them.
Is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites,
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
as to Sisera,
After Sisera.
as to Jabin,
After Jabin.
at the brook of Kasan,
The book of Kasan.
which perished that endured.
Spirit and endured.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red,
The numbers like a red.
and like Zael.
And like to add.
Yea,
Yea.
all their princes as Sabbath,
All their princes as about.
and as Amunah,
And that's Amunah
who said,
who said,
Let us take to ourselves
let's take to
the
ourselves
houses of God
the house of God
in possession.
in possession.
Oh my God,
Oh my God.
make them like a wheel,
It ain't like a wheel.
as the stubble before the wind,
As the stubble before the wind.
as the fire burneth the
And
wood,
the fire burneth the wood.
and as the flame setteth the mountains on
And
fire.
the flames in the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest,
Persecute them with thy tempest.
and make them afraid with thy storm.
Make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame.
that they may seek thy name.
They may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
Oh Yahweh.
let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Yea,
Yea.
let them be put to shame and perish,
Let them put to shame and perish.
that men may know that thou,
And they may know that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone,
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high over all the earth.
art the most high of all the earth.
All right, we're going to read the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatha Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shai,
Why Yahweh Shai?
Wa Ma'aka
Why
Allah,
Ma'aka Allah?
Wa Lahayim,
Why Lahayim?
Batazab Ya'ah,
Zad Ya'ah.
Allah Wap Yahana,
Alawak Yahana.
Ha'alawapyam,
Ha'alawak.
Hasaranya,
Hasaranya.
Hakwatazayanya,
Bakazayai.
Hakaya Yayim,
Bakayai.
Wahagwathim,
Wahagwathim.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai,
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
the Wadaman,
Wadaman.
in the English. Bless you, Yahweh,
Bless you, Yahweh.
and Yahweh Shai,
And Yahweh Shai.
and Michael,
And Michael.
and the angels,
The angels.
commanding General Yohanan,
Manager Yahana.
the generals,
Generals.
the captains,
Captains.
the officers,
The officers,
the troopers,
the troopers,
and the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
in the name of Yahweh
In the
Shai,
name of Yahweh Shai.
thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
All right, sorry. Sister, you can be seated. Slava, do you have the anointing prayer?
She was on the phone, though, didn't
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
All right. Any brothers that would like to come up and get anointed, you can come up.
Let's go to 17.
Sure, I appreciate it. You got it.
Good.
Come up some so I can get it ready. Yeah. All right. All right. We gonna say this anointing prayer, and of course, y'all know the drill. I point to you, say your name 3 times. Yabaraka Yahweh, Wayashamarka, Ya'ar Yahweh, Pan Yahweh, Alyaka, Wayakanka, Yasha'ar Yahweh, Pan Yahweh, Alyaka, Wayashamlaka, Shalom, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Barak, Rapah, Magun, Hagun, Kwamwa'al, Yawasak, Razan, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the Wadaman. Clap it up for these brothers. Sis, if you'd like to step up, you can. All right. So you know the drill as well. I'll say these prayers, point to you. Say your name 3 times, all right? Yabaraka Yahweh, Wayashamarka, Ya'ar Yahweh, Pan Yahweh, Alyaka, Wayakanka, Yasha'ar Yahweh, Pan Yahweh, Alyaka, Wayashamlaka, Shalom. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Barak, Rapah, Magun, Hagun, Rayana, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the Wadaman. Clap it up for the sister. What we just said for these brothers and for this sister is Yahweh bless thee and keep thee. Yahweh make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless, heal, shield, and protect these brothers and this sister. All right. That being said, we're going to salute out the class. Just the men of Israel, Imagine, which means to stand. I'm going to give a courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat, Imagine, Barak,
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Barakatham.
So I told the sister, Imagine, which means to stand. Give the sister a courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat, Imagine, Barak,
Yahweh Shema Latham Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Yajim Matah, dismissed.